Those mosquitoes are ruthless. Ooh. Off to a late start today. Probably a little bit of an understatement, but oh, it's a little uneven. News is getting a little tense, more so than usual. Kind of gotten used to wild headlines a little bit, unfortunately. I hope everyone's having a beautiful evening that sees this. I just can't help but worry a little bit, I guess. Quite terrifying. So, getting some plants lined up to get in the ground, and today actually scooped up some free false cardamom, and it smelled so good. Planted it right up front by some galangal. Oh, there's a moon on the floor. Let's put this crate over there. So, the last few hours, I couldn't figure out how to copy and paste the model. And I'm going to put the model link in the description because I'm really stoked that this was available. Fish heads. I'm keeping them on the support or the snap platform. Just trying to get the loose bits off. Fish heads. And they have a hole going through them. And ideal. So printed a few. Some in blue titanium as well as white. And I'm going to try to add some eyes to them. And I think 2 ideas how I'm going to do that thus far. They take 8 minutes to print, and which is no time at all, really. I gotta figure out how to like open them in a CAD and kind of like copy and paste to put a whole grid of them, so I don't have to print them individually. I also found a squid fishing lure. I'm gonna print that right now. And a crawfish mold. So I'm thinking I could print that, use polymer clay in it, and then bake it, and then make a mold for resin with that mold maker. And probably cut off the legs because I'll use the rubber legs, and have a nice shrimp-like body that could be multi-purpose. And let me find the fish head. There she blow. And then I have to open YouTube. It's already open. This computer's a little slow. It's okay. We are happy now. I know they've been saying we're on the brink of World War III for the last few while. It's just when the you see the articles and the news that says talks with blank of ceasefire. Now it's like, or last week it was talks with blank and blank about ceasefire. Now it's blank blank blank, and just more commas, and I just feel like we're and I don't think they want to slap the label on it yet, but don't have a good feeling, that's for sure. I'm pretty excited to get past this November and lean into the next whatever forever, and because really lean into just a lot going on, and it's hard to focus on just about anything, and try to keep up with the news a little bit, but the last few months I just kind of gave up on it and gave up paying attention to it at all. Every time I watch any bit of news, I get right back to planting plants. It's like internally I'm just like, okay, food security time again. And plenty to forage. I want to share this squid also. I have to tighten this chair. There's a slight squeak, and I feel like it could be heard. Oh shoot, where did it go? I think that's it. That I accidentally closed. Oh, okay, there it is. And the squid, I can't tell if it's a bead, but regardless, it should, I don't know actually. And one thing I didn't test yet is to see if they float, because if they float, just will be define its purpose a little bit. It's just a little froze. And here's the squid. Oops. Lexi6_6. Put these on Thingiverse, and I think, what a treat. Again, they took 8 minutes to make. I did some sparkly blue titanium and white, and they're fish heads. And they have slight little channels for the eyes. So, with two working ideas, I have this. It's the thickest paint I have. Paint-like stuff, puffy paint. And, also black nail polish. I just can't stand how it smells. But my stuff right there for this. And I also wanted to maybe put the holographic glitter and then just put a sequin on top of that. I will go for this first. And I gotta grab a file. I want to see if I could further knock some of this fish heads. And there's a hole that goes all the way through. It's essentially beads. And, you know, this... Oh, actually, I do have one. I do feel like the float, I don't know how strong the float's going to be. But I think you can mess with the print to kind of manipulate what the fill's gonna be. And I feel like you can see it on larger pieces, it'll be a clear honeycomb. This is a little just kind of a wall. But maybe could print it solid. Oops. I think that's pretty alright. There's a little mark on the top. Alright, this way. Do that all day. I'm just gonna do black eyes for now. And, so I have a little brush up here somewhere. I'm just gonna reuse this. I keep meaning to, let me grab actually a silicone dish, because this has some, Really need to get some scraps of silicone mats. For gluing, for painting, the paint just comes right off of it. Usually used like cardboard boxes and stuff like that, but this works. I don't know. What is in this? Isn't it acetone or something? I don't know what that does to... Oh. I don't know what that does to silicone. Use some wax paper. A scrap of it. Tense times, that's for sure. Probably gonna go back to the hunting grounds tomorrow also to try to finally throw the hook in the water. I haven't seen anything swimming in it. I wonder what's in there. So, just the smell of it. Don't know why. But the flow is undeniable. Probably need some more in there. Oh no! My brush has some runaway bristles, so it's kind of missing the mark a little bit. I think I'll be better off with the Q-tip actually. Or not a Q-tip, toothpick. Because then I just kind of stir it. I don't know, okay, maybe not better off with a Q-tip. Well, whoops. I overflowed it a little bit. That's the gist. Let that dry for a second. Then I could do the other side and I don't have to worry about them propping them up or getting clever with that. Which usually I would take some sand from the road because it's fine white sand and pack that and just toothpicks, chopsticks, anything that could hold it above the surface, because that's the only thing at that dry. If it falls in the sand, your piece is pretty toast. But if it doesn't fall, it's perfect for drying because you could stick the toothpicks and point them in any direction. Rice is also nice, but well, now I have to make this side just as sloppy, so it doesn't drive me nuts. But the next go, I'm going to try to put, I guess, less. I printed plenty to play with until I land on, oh shite. Just trying to get it. Oh man. Well, sloppy. A little bit much. So, and I do want to mix up some of that glitter. I'm going to cure this out because it's been a few days. Which the resin doesn't cure unless it's hit with UV light. Ow. Is it yesterday? Yeah, I guess. Yesterday I stood in an ant pile after trying to find the gut pile. But mean Florida swamp ants. Like, those are you know, impressive. The welts and everything. Ow. That one's new to me. Oh, But there's these ones that I deem it even worse. They're called pharaoh ants, and those, they feel like fiberglass, and they're so small, and they bite like constantly, continuously. This is a little high up. I could put this on the side now. I don't know if you can see that. Here. I think, well, or blue. I'm gonna pull up a picture of fish eyes. Let's see. Hello, Marco Juarez. Oh. Damn, I missed something. I had a little entertainment for myself. Let me see. I ate pasta 2 seconds ago, so I'm a little delirious. Orange. Blue. Oh, I wish I could do like opalescent. So I'll definitely do orange. God. I'll have to hold it up, I guess. Solar Dust Company makes really fine glitter that would produce this effect for sure. Gonna have to refill this in a soon. But really nice, a lot of flash, a lot of colors. And I was thinking of also just adding like a stripe of this essentially to the backs of some flies. And oh, I think there's another thing. Oh yeah. I really want to just throw one on. I really want to try to, how would you, like, when you crochet a beaded chain, just using chain stitch, you would put the beads on the spool of yarn first. I'm thinking throwing some beads on one of these. Oh, well, it could only be a few. It would only be a few anyway, I suppose. Because then I could wrap it and come back and have beads on top. And maybe it'll give... They would have to be quite small. And these are smaller than the ones in those trays. Maybe at this angle. I don't know. Because could put resin in it. Maybe I'll try. There are these little bright green worms here. I'm sure they fall into the canal every now and then, but I'm not totally sure. Guess I'm just gonna have to cut into it. Maybe I should just look to see. I thought it was unraveling, but it's not. Well, we're not there yet anyway. Because next time I'm at the store, gonna see if they have foam. I believe they do. I like staying at the top of the water here for turtles. Only because I can't even access the bank of the canal. So if there was any hook to turtle face interaction, I really don't know what I would do. And I do have a barbless hook. But the thing I have in mind to rig up, I haven't yet. And it's essentially just a pole with like a manipulated wire hanger at the end and a little dual hook. So can at least like push hooks inward. But I don't know what that would look like in reality. Because there's a ton of turtles. And it's one reason why I mean, I don't try not to fish in that, but I do try to at least avoid it. There's a lake, well, not a lake, but like a retention pond, and you're at least level with the water. So if you hook a turtle, you could quickly just like help it get back on its way. And like I would say, I'm not very familiar, or I don't have much experience with freshwater fishing, just the canals and the little retention pond. Really like it. And I know it's probably a pretty basic fish, but I always wanted to catch what are they called? A peacock bass. They're the ones that are, I don't know, I guess like a classic fish you'd see in art a lot, and they're always like super gorgeous. But God, excuse my ignorance, I just did not think of them being accessible in these parts. Like, I don't know where I thought they lived, but I just didn't think that I could walk down the street and just grab one. And I do have lures. Okay. Trying to get this a little... Let it naturally do its thing. I like it as is. Oh, and they're like quite UV reactive. The white plastic. Didn't expect that. Going to try to get some glow in the dark because I could just charge it up with the flashlight and send it down. I think that'd be really strategic. I am super night blind, so I think it'd be nice to be able to see anyway. Is that good? Let's see. Don't want to resin this. Don't know if you can see. Might have to flip it around. But after this stage, I will put a single dark sequin in the center. And the black one is very sloppy because I just was slipping all over the place. And it's a little too big, so I think I'm going to continue figuring out different ways to fill them out so they're not this or that. I think I will still put one of the purple sequins. They're the darkest color and the smallest that I have currently. And then dome it in resin. That might give it a super eye look. And might. Another option too, they look about the same. No, never mind. Hole puncher, because I can make, if I could cut that exact size out, maybe I could find a stencil or something. Watercolor paper and mica. I'd be able to make like super eye textures. Oops. Well, you know, practice makes progress. Just kind of want to get them in the same spots. Try to keep this pointed away from that, but nice and UV, very active. Oops. I'll put this under the light now. Okay. I need one more cup. I really do want to try to dome the glass out. Depending on which, I could focus on that. The mica just does not cure. So it's kind of stuck to my little thing. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Where is whatever I came over here for? Oh yeah. So I found a little kit because I don't use too much glitter at all. So this has tons of shapes, colors, and varieties, a few doubles, and was I forgot how much it was on sale for, but Mr. Resin put them out. You could get it just about everywhere. And it look like. Okay, so Ooh. Trying to like I found some opalescent ones I forgot about. But next one, can't really see. Nice purpley blue opalescent color. And grab this. Let's start. Let me put a mask on. I found them from the library from the good old days. Bringing back memories. This one felt a lot better. I can only find large ones, but ran into this one today. Put some of these on the side. Oops, too many. So I'm doming these. I'm just gonna put a good dollop in there. And then use the back of this Q-tip to swirl it around and pick up a pupil. And slowly sink it so you don't push any resin out and over the side. That looks good. And this makes it so those sloppy walls, I could live with a little more. So if you can see, There you go. See, it gives it like shine. Yeah, there. I think that's a pretty decent effect for a fisheye. For what I have currently. And then this view. Okay. Get some. Alright. Oh man. There's one little bubble in there. I suppose the fish could have a cataract. But the sequin is floating. Need a lighter. Crap. Oh man. I usually keep one in here for this reason. But I was moving stuff around so dang much. Oh. Ah. Sweet. Be prepared, y'all. Oops. Don't want to cure the resin in the pots. Keep a lighter in my backpack with a leash on it. Everything's attached pretty much with the like cords. I like it. Next, I think I'm gonna try the one with the sequin again. Well, they're both gonna have that, so I'm gonna try the one with the black with the sequin again. I just found these and was gonna be sitting here experimenting with them, so figured I'd pop on. Because you never know what ends up working or not. And I'm very new to making. I used to decorate hooks like for gifts, but those were nothing and not usable, really. But new to fly tying and making lures. Well, new to learning how. And oh, anyway. But after years of arts and crafts and making just about anything I could by hand and with salvaged materials, I'm pretty stoked to apply the same philosophy, if you will, to an activity that involves food acquisition, as well as just everything good. How else are you gonna see a fish up close? but I can't remember what that number is called. The number that tells you if, like, nuclear war is imminent. What is that number? DEFCON. Just curious. We're at 3. Roundhouse. Yellow alert status. I feel like it's been. I could be wrong though. I just I know the Disney stuff's really intense, however I just feel like it's such I mean, anything that intense, I feel like the timing's always gonna feel odd. Cause like there are a lot of things happening, I guess. I don't really know how to put it into words. But I feel internally. Oh, but, and good news, the phone, the number switched on it finally, so I have a working phone, so I could stream out and about. The reason why the streams weren't so blurry yesterday is because I haven't been using it at all, because it doesn't work unless it's tethered to Wi-Fi. But I guess I had so much data left that I tried to stream on Lake Worth Pier, and it was awful. It complete blur, pixelated, the whole thing, and just really excited to be able to show y'all that part, because I always forget to snap a pic or get some film. I manage, but everything will be on camera if it's live, so. And my phone doesn't have enough memory to just film hours of fishing, so it's really the only way I could do it anyway. And really stoked to be able to bring y'all, because that is what I find is peak existence here, and like my existence, and who am I voting for? I unfortunately I'm pretty good. I'm looking to rent a sailboat, like a docked one, and that's pretty much. And it's like, just like real busy, and you know, this world has gone rabid, and I don't really want to get bit, so, and like, I am very dumb, so I think it's best for everyone that I just hide under rock. Paper. I'm very afraid. That counts. And every year I used to vote at the one I was. No, you're good. You're good. It's just, well, you know. But every time I vote or would vote in the past, I was zoned, I guess, to the local Masonic Lodge, which I already loved. They always had antique shows, antique gun shows, coin trades, so much. It was amazing. And really interesting murals. All the filaments and the lights were that G. And mommy. Oh shoot, I just spilled. And there was an altar. The whole building was like built in a circle. It's a Ethiopian church now. I wanted to head back to see if the murals were still there, but oh, here's the. I used to love visiting the one guy, cause he was just really nice. I started talking to him, cause like I'd always be sneaking around, you know, like looking at all the things, and he noticed once, and just got in a really nice conversation. Got a tour of all the murals. I wish I could describe them. Wonder if I could find it. Well, it was the Lake Worth Masonic Lodge. It was a small. I know the building is still there. I went to so many. I got when I was in middle school. I thought I scored like the mother load, and a handmade wool with deer antler buttons. It was a men's jacket. It would still be too. It's in my dad's closet somewhere, but I got it for $4, and it's all handmade and hand stitched, and it's one of my favorite memories from the Lake Worth Masonic Lodge. It's on A Street, I think. Like, so much as Lake Worth is changing, I just want to go back. But the only pair of ruby slippers I had, I donated. They fell apart. I didn't donate them. Why can't I find it? I guess, D Street? No. Really? Let Oh my god, my memory is failing now. I've been gone too long. And I must... Oh, is that like Herat? King Herat? Shoot, I forgot. Maybe it just looks like the... I found one of the murals. It's very blurry. God, I wish I could see it up close again. Which one did I just do? This brush has, oops. What could be happening? Oops. I'll grab another brush. That's why those come in extreme handy. They're disposable makeup brushes. I believe they're for eyeliner or lip liner. They're very most of the time. And they're disposable, but obviously for crafts and work you can use it as much as you want. The chair is a little loose, you can hear it. There's 2 bolts that hold it in place. And I think one is on the ground somewhere. I'm sure we got King for I forgot. Oh, Herod? I'm just saying it. I forgot. I'm sorry. The brush just didn't want to bend at all. Yeah. Just need plenty to move around. And it's ironic because, like, I feel like this is one thing that people want to dry fast, but I was thinking, like, maybe I could look up bad reviews for nail polish that doesn't dry, because it doesn't dry fast. I get that. Because it gets really tacky quick. However, it's such a smooth coat, it's hard not to go for it, because model paint could get quite pricey, and anytime I see it locally, the smallest jars known to mankind. And that makes me nervous, because then I feel like I'm wasting it when I'm just, you know, practicing or experimenting a little bit, because running out of things in the heat of experimentation sucks. In my opinion. Just letting it dry a little bit. And finish it. I cannot get over that this is available. And found some beads that spin. So I thought those might be a little strategic. But I want to try my hand at CAD again. I was just using free CAD. And maybe pick up where I left off. I was making a box that was supposed to be a Nintendo controller. But instead of things poking out, it went in. But no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find any measurements of a Nintendo controller. Like the buttons and everything. I don't know why I would think that like would exist. Fish eyes. I just can't get over it. So, looking for some filament in neon colors, especially chartreuse. And I'll be totally real. I don't know how to attach them to the hooks. I'm gonna pull them out. And probably need some larger hooks, probably maybe even, or like the troll hooks. Okay. So what I'm thinking is tying it and having the tassel like ends where the tip of my finger is, and then oh no, but how am I gonna heat the hook up if there's stuff on it? And how am I gonna, Alright, well, I could heat this hook up right now to get at least one, because I might have larger hooks, but I'm not sure what ratio is the most desired here. Scary Larry. There it goes. I guess you gotta get it real hot. Not with your hand under it in case the vise fails. I probably still have some sterling in my thigh. Oh, that was satisfying, but I don't know, for some reason a little nerve-wracking. Stay. Make it icky, icky. Ow! A little too close. Okay. The hook's much too small, isn't it? Okay, good. Alright, well this hook's gonna go aside. So, larger hook? Or, oh, maybe, why can't I really conceptualize these? Also, somehow I don't have a book on insects, or any books with any insects in it, but found one of Code's childhood books, and it's perfect. I mean, it's got some to start with. Just needed pictures that I could keep at the desk while I'm working so that I could work based off of something. Because using phone and the screen times out every 2 seconds, I don't have YouTube Red, there's no way. And so ads every 2 seconds, and you can't play it closed, but two separate issues, I guess. would it be like a longer hook? Or like just like a straight up larger hook? These I can't use though because I believe they're stainless. And I actually took one and I sanded the hook off. I sanded the barbs off for a necklace. And I wear it quite a lot. I haven't done it, but I could grab it. I shall. Jesus Christ. So, I love it though. This is her. And it's just the barbs nice and smooth. Not sharp at all. But you still get that hook and you could still see him. But it works really well. My name is Jamie, so it's also a J. Hey, hey. Let me grab some water real quick. I meant to grab some food. Yeah. I can't find my cup anywhere. And my water bottle is just, it's got a little pieces of, oh, right on! Right on! Every day it gets harder to find pinback shirts, too. I think, the last time I looked, they were up to $200. Couldn't believe it. You'll get lucky. And, there's a bunch of, like, printing shirts. This guy with them, middle school, was telling a friend about my goldfish. My goldfish ate the 2 feeder fish in the tank, and she promptly recommended Penelope, and fell in love with them through that, or from there. Only got to see him once, and I have one picture. I didn't have a cell phone, so I had a big old DSLR camera, which phones in that day took way better pictures, but they wouldn't let me bring it in. And I tried to like conceal it, just didn't work. And so I got one picture, and the two people I went with, both of their phones were dead. I forgot what happened with one. I think one was just like a burner phone and didn't have a camera, and the other one was dead. But long story short, went in the back, knocked on the door. There's a door. It was Fort Lauderdale music venue. Revolution or the other one. I get the two confused. And knocked on the door. They freaking answered. They're just like, and then Rob Crow sat back down, and I was a little stoned at the time. This is a long time ago. I was a little buzzed at the time. Whoops. It was just, it was like a childhood dream come true. So I think I overdid it a little bit, because long story short, and mind you, I had purple hair at this point, but it was all like completely faded and looking a mess. And all that I could get out of my mouth was, "Are you guys good? Do you need any water?" I felt my face go flush, and I walked right back out the door. But, you know, it was a back alley. It was just like overgrown back alley behind the building, and I hate to say it, that's one of my proudest memories. The other childhood fulfillment show that I went to was Thursday, and the singer of that Jeff Rickley was walking down the street, and not a single person stopped him. My dumbass did. was real stoked, but I think that's about it. Saw Built to Spill twice, I believe. And that was pretty immaculate. And then I saw Brian Wilson do Pet Sounds, which I really wanted to see, the Smile one, but it was a little depressing, and I just feel really bad for that guy. And come to find out, his wife passed, rest in paradise, and the guy in the film adaptation of his life, Love and Mercy, Gene, because I don't really know much about him other than that, is his conservator again, which, you know, I just read that and thought it was interesting. But anyway, yeah, I just walked right off the stage, and I was just, I don't know, sad, I guess. Because you want people to be there. You want people to want to be there, and just felt really bad, like being tired and performing, I think, would be an absolute nightmare. A true nightmare. Excuse. I really can't wait to figure out how to attach these. Because I'm not sure if they'll float, but another idea, I guess, would be to conceal heavy beads within this head. And, because the hole in the nose of the fish head, small, but the hole in the back is quite large, so probably could conceal some weighted beads in that. At least one. But I really should grab, like, even... Maybe I'll just cut that water bottle open. Finish this one. Should have a mask on. don't know why I gave my whole history of shows. I used to quite like shows because you never know who's gonna pass through Florida, and pretty much most of the venues that I have been to are quite small and like not a large show up or show out. Forgot the verbiage, but like for instance, Tortoise came to the North Miami Beach band show. There was a handful of people there, and to this day, that was the greatest show I've ever been to, ever. They performed TNT in its entirety, and it sounded just like an album. It's instrumental, and it was right on the beach. It undeniably the greatest show I've ever been to, and it was small. There was a handful of people. It was very small, and the venue itself is quite small. There's not much seating at all. Alright, take a break on the black and do some more of the well, I think I probably got the point. I really just wanted to pop on to share this little thing. And I'm sure could scale this fish head to pretty well any size. I might try some smaller ones. I didn't really think to do that until right now for some reason. So excited I printed as many as I had the patience for. And it takes such a small amount of plastic. One less thing if it works out to order. Alright, so I have a fish head, and I have an old little bit of water here. I'm just going to see if they float. And then tomorrow in the rain barrel, or not tomorrow, but this is the one I melted a little bit. I want an unharmed one. Yep, floats. So it floats. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing. I am going to look at the, let's see, I'm going to look at the settings because maybe I can make it solid. It'll pretty much just take more plastic and take more time, but I think it'll be worth it. I got chewed up by mosquitoes. Holy trucks. Print settings. Material support wraps. Fill density. Fill density. 100%. Then I'll be solid. Combine infill. Every 2 layers. They'll trap air still. Well, if it's 100%, I gotta pop the one that's on it right now off so I could print this. And I also forgot to show, but I have the tackle box all the way open right there. Awkward to climb over. And I didn't remove all of the fibers sticking off of it, but I had all my thread in a Ziploc, and the little plastic bits that you could conceal the thread on started pulling at the other spools. So printed this. There was ones under fly tying, however, I just looked up sewing thread holder because I really wanted something I could print in one piece. And it was at the end of the night, and that way I could wake up to it. And I really excited about this. And it's printed in the blue titanium, so it looks nice also. The storage thing printed a few weeks ago. Or about a week ago, week or two. Time is pretty dang blurry for me right now. There. Okay, so that should be on now. Print the same size. I should really look it up. I'll just see what happens. It takes such a small amount of filament. Curious to see how much time it adds to it. Oh, it adds 1 minute. Good. Oh, this is fish school 2. I wonder if there's a fish school 1. And the crawfish mold on Thingiverse. Really want to do that. All I have to do for that really is to make sure I know how to use the mold maker. Oh no. Try to fill this one a little bit more flush. I wish I knew where I had from Harbor Freight. They were like $5, but it was a visor that had all these magnifying glasses on it. That would be wonderful about now. I think for like watchmakers or jewelers, those things. Let me go ahead and put the mask on. Fluorescent green, glow in the dark, and pink probably. That's another thing I do want to try, to somehow paint them. The nail polish works pretty decent. I do have blue, and I could paint resin on top of that to kind of seal it. So this is a holographic eye with the singular sequin in it. I have to sand the chin a little bit more. It's getting there. And I also want to try with mica, because I have every color of that. I did find some people with some feathers. Just trying to figure out how to go about that. For some reason, this side really does it for me. I need to shine a light on it. I keep forgetting this is a different phone, and the selfie camera might not be totally useless like the other one. And can dome it up a little more. But that's the gist. So I think I'm gonna continue making these and then blast some music. I was blasting some Aretha Franklin here a few minutes ago. I think I'm gonna carry on that train. Anybody has any music recommendations, please do. Feel free. It's my favorite way to find new music to listen to is through recommendations. And I wouldn't know any of the music that I listen to without recommendations. And, well, might as well wait a few more minutes. 4 minutes. Because the fish head will be done. I'm very curious to see if it floats with it completely solid. And, somewhere I have copper beads that have nice weight to them. And, I have been trying to pick out some eyes. I think picking out a pattern and getting the materials for it might be the easiest, because I still don't know where to start as far as like what materials to add. I have some things picked out, so trying to cover it so I could order it. White saddle hackle, pearl flashabou or silver, both. But I found a 10-pack of 1mm width crystal flash tinsel flashabou, chartreuse, those are 3, chartreuse, bucktail, and ice dubbing. Only because there's only 15 left in stock. That's at least. I know it might just be saying that, but it looks so nice. And it does in fact have red. Prism Ice Dub. And just going through Amazon now because it's a whole new, it's still a whole new world. The last few weeks have been diving pretty hard and still have only a slight grasp. And been watching a lot of news these last few days to try to keep track on what's happening in North Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina. Like, it's just really bad. Because the mountains, like, I know mudslides are horrific happenings. The little town area that I stayed weeks in, was trying to move there, was decimated by a mud flood a few years ago, Manitou, Colorado. And it's terrifying because, like, you're so far from the coast and you're so up in, but it's still, and that's kind of what I mean. Like, to me, this planet is very much alive, all right? And like, so that's a part of, like, what you know what I mean? Certain thoughts are, like, fundamental, not fundamental, but and not even dictate other thoughts, but I pretty much look at a lot of things with the belief that the planet is very much alive, and my little opinions, if the planet didn't want us here, like, there's so many, there's so much weather, like, whether it be volcanoes or anything that are these, that kind of, I don't know. And then on top of that, the larger seasons, like mini ice ages, for instance, that are, in my beliefs, are very real. So, and definitely, I always think about that anyway. Larger seasons, and you see, like, with how different the planet was. Like, Egypt was a rainforest, and, you know, the Amazon was something else. But and, like, the two poles being frozen. But if the poles shift, wouldn't that mean other spots would freeze? Because just things like that, I guess. And I just feel like there's way larger seasons that we can't see. Like, I forgot what channel it was that made that clock that will, like, every, like, million years the last one will turn or something. I'm coming out of, like, an hour ago eating a face full of pasta. But anyway, yeah. I mean, everyone has to have something that keeps them up at night, I guess. And that's mine. Alright, let me grab that fish head and see if it worked. And now, if this doesn't work, I'm just going to look up exactly how to make it a solid piece. So it looks exactly the same. Bam. It sinks. So we got ones that float and ones that sink. That made my day, honestly. I mean, of course it sank if it's, I don't know. That made my day. So I suppose it worked. This is simple. Just fill the fill density to 100, and so there is no air trapped between the walls, and it's probably very simple, but you know what? I'll take it. I stoked on that. Hope you all have a beautiful night. I'm gonna continue making these heads, and not sure if I should lean more on ones that float, or probably not, right? Probably not. Probably not. We're gonna make more of the dense ones. So, gonna print it or reprint it from the printer to see if that setting's saved. So, not sure if it will. However, those what? I actually I stabbed myself in the hand earlier today, and I cut my. Don't want to say it out loud. It's not the app. Yeah, but I think this was a good little idea, and let's see, Lexi6__6 is the one who put this on Thingiverse, and wow, so, and she's got eyes on hers, so I'm gonna also try scaling them different sizes too, and figure out how to measure it, and maybe get a pack of stick-on eyes when I can. But that's them on the site. Just used what I have to make the eyes, and what I am. Brilliant. Offered a very valuable little supply here for free on Thingiverse, and that's how you can find it. I did put the link in the chat. So thank Lexi. Jesus, this. I couldn't find anything else similar. Maybe I wasn't searching right. However, that was the only bit like that I could find. And I do want to print the squid and one of the spinning beads. And then under fly tying, they have these things called UFO discs. What does it sound weird? UFO discs, and I'm not sure exactly what those are for. Maybe they're to stabilize it, because if it's like a disc and water, I don't know. I was trying to picture how that would. Anyway, but thank you, SW Overload. The eyes are just one piece of glitter, and I'm trying to find round black glitter, but I haven't succeeded in that yet. That just kind of reminded me I have like a confetti mix, and there might be individual black ones in there, but I do not mind picking them out. One, no, where is it? Yeah. No, it's just shredded. A nice blend, though. My mom found it at a yard sale. Yeah, foil glitter. It's either folded or scraps. The oldest glitter I have is from the 60s, and it's silver foil, essentially, rectangles, but folded in half. I always thought that was kind of interesting. But, whew, a little hot in here. I'm going to try to get some music on to keep my mind active, because, it's just, the times we're in is just, I don't know if I'm built for them, I guess. It's like draining, so I try to avoid it, but then, like, God, don't, if you're avoiding the news, don't tell anyone you're avoiding the news, because, ow. I don't know. But nothing looks good. The only thing that looks good are like the trees, the sky, shite like that. So gonna be sticking that, and hopefully start getting some hiking in the hunting grounds. Trying to pick out some waterproof boots. I'm going with probably leather Wellington duck boots because it's rubber and leather, easy to clean. It's very wet back there, and they'll stay on your feet, and good traction. And yeah, I think they're brown tone and black tone, so it doesn't matter if you're wearing like black or brown. I'll go with both. You know, you got. And if you're carrying a brown bag or a black bag, we'll match both. Yeah. But anyway, happy trails. Love y'all. Hope you have a beautiful evening. Whoever sees this, hope you have a perfect day every day. And feel free to make any recommendations, whether it be music. I almost said music, movies, and more, but that was a store around here a long time ago. I tried to get Piper at the Gates of Dawn there, and I was really young, and the lady was not happy. She's like, I shouldn't even sell this to you because you don't even know. And I'm like, I was real into Sid Barrett, okay? I made like a little funeral for him and everything. My friend Dylan was there. Anyway, happy trails.